Good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Going to continue on with starting a lawn care business. At first, I wasn't sure what to make, but I was thinking about it, and with the $2,500 challenge, I thought it's pretty cool, actually. I'm going to try to learn you guys. I thought it's pretty cool, actually. I'm going to try to learn you guys. It's pretty cool, actually. We're trying to learn you guys. Don't adjust your sets. We got technical difficulty. Hey, sorry about that. I wasn't thinking. I was watching a YouTube video on my big screen TV. Yeah, those big TVs that you guys watch nowadays. But anyways, to jump back to the $2,500 challenge, I thought it was pretty fun. Something interesting, something new, something to try to show you guys and girls. When I say guys, don't get mad at that. I mean, both, everybody. We're all here to make money. I'm here to learn you how to make money. I've been doing it since 1993, and I make a couple dollars. Not a lot, a couple, but I'm not going to tell you how much I actually don't make, but that's my business. So anyways, hey, thanks for checking it out. If you want to look for some good equipment, possibly in your area, check out Facebook Marketplace. I don't recommend Facebook Marketplace. They don't sponsor me. They're not giving me no money, but it's a pretty good search engine in my area. Back in the day when I was younger, we used to use something called the swap sheet. Unfortunately, all the good newspaper articles like that are gone, and now everything's just done on your phone. But that was back then when I used to use this equipment. So what you're looking at right here is probably the king daddy of them all. Now, I know it's a 36-inch, only 3 foot wide, but I'm trying to learn you guys to do residential work. Small houses, get in and get out. Not sure how big your property is in your area, but this 36-inch lawnmower right here will do everything, make the job a lot easier than doing with a push mower. And also, well, it's not as fast as say a new Z Master or some type of commercial mower ride-on, zero turn, hydrostatic that'll get the job done even faster. But I'm just going to try to do this realistically and show you guys what I think would work, because it has worked for me in the past. This is a very beginning video, a beginning entry point for you to jump in to make some money. And trust me, there's a ton of money to be made in the business as long as you do good work and show up when you're supposed to and don't overcharge and don't rip nobody off. The sky's the limit. You can make as much money as you want or as little money as you want. Choose your days off. And also, if you want to start at 7 o'clock in the morning or start at 10 o'clock in the morning, depending on your lifestyle, that's all on you. So right here, for instance, this is an awesome buy. I bought one of these brand new back in the day in the late 90s, probably 96, 97. I think I paid $3,000 plus tax, and I actually still got this lawnmower. I don't use it, but man, this is a lawnmower. This guy's got a good deck on it, a super flow system deck. It hides the grass. Awesome. Now we can talk about walk behinds. There's a lot of them that don't hide grass at all. When I say hide grass, I mean take the grass, dispense of it, shoot it, and make it hide instead of getting clumps. But then again, I'll learn you some secrets on how to, if you're getting clumps, on what to do to try to hide these clumps. And I'm not going to tell you the secret right now. I'll make another video on that because what it took me many, many years to watch and find out and learn, I'm going to tell you if you watch the video. So this machine right here is awesome. It's only $850. It's a great price. Excuse me, these videos, or I should say, this engine starts every single day. It's an old Kohler motor. Super reliable. You could run this thing with no oil in it, and it'd still keep cutting grass. So it's a belt driven, but being belt driven, you guys got to learn. Belt driven is old school. Hydrostatic is the way to go. But I'm just learning you with this budget. We're on this $2,500 budget. So this particular unit right here is belt driven, and the belts are probably 1.5 to 2 inches wide, which is pretty good. Because when I started back out in '93, my first commercial mower I bought was a John Deere 48-inch cut. This thing could not cut grass to save its life. If you were cutting more than 1/2 inch of grass, forget it. It was terrible. It had little belts on it driving the wheels. The belts were about the size of like a old school alternator belt, like say off an old Chevy 350 from the early 80s. And then once it got some morning dew on it, forget it. You were pushing this lawnmower, and this lawnmower probably weighed 800-900 pounds. And after the first 2 lawns, you were just totally exhausted. But right here, this guy's asking $850. I'm not sure, but if you showed up at this guy's house with $700 in your pocket in cash and showed it to him, I'm pretty sure this guy's going bye-bye, because nobody uses these lawnmowers. But I'm going to learn you what to buy on a budget to get to the next level. So this right here is a great machine right here. It hides grass. I actually had this one. I still got this one. And I also got the same machine in the 52-inch version, which I used back in the day as a backup for some of my bigger zero-turn riders in case something went down. But pretty much that old 52 just sat there and did nothing except was a good place to collect nuts for the squirrels in my area. So that is right there is truly a lawnmower that I would go after. I found another one here. So if I gave $700 for this lawnmower, that's beautiful. Let me see what we got going over here. I got to stop the screen. Hey, there you guys are. Nice to see you. So I'm going to share it. Still figuring this out, getting better at it. Here's another one I would be interested in. This right here, this unit right here. It's a John Deere. I had John Deere before. I'm not a huge fan of John Deere. In my opinion, which means absolutely nothing, John Deere wants to have their name on everything and everything. And so they pretty much, from farming to cutting grass, it's just, is it a good machine? Yes. Does it hide grass the way that little Toro could hide grass? I would say no. But at $1,100, what I'm interested in, it's a little bit newer. 36-inch walk behind. That's what you want to start out with, because it'll get you in and out and get these jobs done a lot quicker. It actually comes with a grass catcher. You don't actually want to bag the grass. What I tell the customers, if they want their grass bagged, I'd give them a crazy price, like an extra $10 or $15 per cut, and they're going to say no. Or when it comes to bagging grass, I also tell the customer that if you need your bag or your grass to be bagged, you need to get your grass cut a little bit more sooner than the others. So what I'm trying to say is, if people want their grass bagged, you would say, well, I normally come every 7 days, but because your lawn is out of control, and I'm not going to bag your grass because nobody wants the grass anymore. You can't get rid of anything anymore for the garbage company. Nobody wants it. Unless you got a dump spot, you pretty much, I wouldn't take the grass. I would say to the person that if you want your bagged grass, say your grass grows too fast, you need to get it cut every 5 days instead of every 7 days. And chances are they're not going to pay the extra money. They're going to say, oh, you know what? Don't worry about bagging it. But that little bagger right there you got, it's actually an awesome attachment to have when the leaves start falling down. So you might want to take that little bagger and take it off completely and hide it from the customer, because you don't want them asking you about the bagger. But in the fall, when it comes to collecting leaves, that bagger does help out. But nowadays, I haven't bagged a lawn well over 10 years. So, but it's cool to have the little bagger attachment, because you know what? You might have a small front lawn. It's got a nice little landscape on it. There's no place to cut the grass, or I should say shoot the grass, and no place to hide the grass. So you might have to pop it on there and get a bag or two out of it and take it home, which is cool, or leave it at the customer's house. But that's what I think. I don't want to bag no grass. If people want their grass bagged, I'm going to pass on it, give them a crazy number. And if for some reason they do accept a crazy number, which chances are they're not gonna, hey, good for me. Because it's kind of like playing cards. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So I'm going to jump out of it. So this equipment right here for $1,100 would probably be a good starting point. I wouldn't give him $1,100. I would walk there with $1,000 and show him $1,000. He'll probably is going to take it. So that's another thing that, you'll save a couple dollars, and it's a good piece of machinery with a Kohler engine, very good motor. If you guys want to ask me below in the comments about other pieces of equipment, I can answer them. But I truly believe that a Kawasaki or Kohler is the way to go. Many people are buying commercial zero turns that come with Briggs and Stratton, such as Ferris. Ferris makes a pretty nice product, but I don't believe in Briggs and Stratton. I've used Briggs and Stratton over the years, and Briggs and Stratton pretty much day in and day out, they don't hold out. Some people are going to argue with me. This day-old age of arguing about, I drive a Ford truck, you drive a Chevy truck, which is better. But in my opinion, Briggs and Strattons, even with these new big oil systems for 5 quarts oil, they just don't hold out to the everyday pounding of day in and day out, Monday through Friday. So anything with a Briggs and Stratton, I would kind of stay away from. Just like back in the day, I used to have a couple push mowers, and I bought one. It was called MTD. And MTD, if you ever had one as a push mower, it stands for Major Technical Difficulty. So, but that was made by John Deere, because John Deere does make a lot of products that they snatched up and they bought, and they don't actually have their John Deere name on it, but it's actually made under John Deere's. So if I had a choice of which one to buy, I would buy the Toro to start out. It definitely hides grass a lot better than the John Deere. But if the Toro's not available, the John Deere is pretty good. I'll learn you guys how to hide grass. I'm not going to tell you how to hide grass. I'm going to try to make this video dragged out as long as possible. So hopefully I can get to my 1,000 and get monetized and become rich off of YouTube. So those are 2 mowers, both good choices. I would try to snag that Toro for $750, and possibly if it wasn't available, I'd go after this John Deere here for $1,000. There's a lot of other little mowers out there. 36 inches is a great point to start. Let me know. Drop me a comment and comments down below. I'll be more than happy to let you know what I think about them. But just because I don't recommend them doesn't mean you're not good. But I'm going to tell you what works for me is probably going to work for you in the grass cutting business. So I'll show you. I was talking about the blowers. This little blower right here, I just popped up, and this little blower right here, it says Echo $100. $100 is nothing. It's pocket change. I mean, you can make $100 in 3 hours. Not even 3 hours. Like say 2 hours, you can make your $100 and pay for this. This particular unit is good for $100. I would recommend that you would buy a new Echo. It's called the Pro X line. That's the way to go. It's an extra $30. But it's super, super powerful. I got one. It does a great. It's almost as strong as a entry-level backpack. And I would recommend for $100 that you either get this one. If you can spend a couple extra bucks, get the X Series. The X Series is there. So I would say, hey, Frank, hey, thanks for checking me out. Long time no see. Missed the beginning, but hardly. Power and efficiency, costs and income. Frank, in regards to that, being self-employed and using true commercial equipment, I'm not talking about commercial equipment that you might buy from, say, Sears or a little hardware store or something. But like a true commercial mower, you could pretty much fix them on the spot unless it's something major. These things are made to work day in and day out. In regards to efficiency, when I say efficiency, I would say that means the quality of the discharge of the grass. Some lawnmowers, if you look at them, you will see that they shoot grass like maybe 12 feet wide and by like maybe 10 feet of a circumference. But if you're actually working the lawnmower, you can't see it. You need to stand back. So I haven't made a video on it yet, but I would say that any type of a safety chute that you have on your piece of equipment, you need to remove it. You want the grass to disperse naturally and shoot as far away as possible from the machine. So if you say have a commercial account somewhere, like I did work at ExxonMobil for years, you needed all those pieces of safety devices on the machine, or else they would not let you work. They did not want to get sued. So what I would tell them when I talked with them, such as my Z Master that I use, I would tell them that that particular piece of equipment did not come with a deflector grass chute, because if I told them it did, I couldn't use it because it was not considered safe by the government issue, and I had to keep it on a trailer. So really, with a commercial mower regarding costs, there really is it doesn't matter if that mower is a Chevy or a Ford. It's the same thing. You got to change the oil. You got to sharpen the blades. You got to do little greasing here and there, some grease. So really, there really is no difference. It's just your personal preference. Now, yes, there's a lot of commercial mowers out there that aren't really truly commercial mowers. Some people are just coming out making mowers and hoping that you buy them because they're making them so you sell them. So between that Toro I've been showing you, which I had bought back in, like I said, the late 90s for $3,000, I still got one. That would be an old go-to mower to start to. And the John Deere does a pretty good mower job too. I also recommend Skag. Skag is a super heavy-duty piece of equipment. Skag is real good in regards to if you have people working for you, they can walk in the telephone poles. They could cut down small mailboxes with the Skag. It's super heavy-duty, and they're not going to get beat up, and the decks aren't going to get bent. They do a good job, but Skags are heavy weight-wise, and also they don't hide the grass as much. But we're also talking 20 years of technology in regards to the discharge flow of the machine. And nowadays, with the equipment that I use, my zero turns, if I had them back 20 years ago, they would have been sweet. Could have made some, I don't want to say crazy money, but a lot more money. Got a lot more houses cut, and also did a lot less work because they're just so much more efficient. And when I say efficient, I don't mean as in using less gas. They're efficient in regards to how the final product comes out when you're done, and cleanup wise, because if you don't do a good job and the cleanup looks like crap, you're really not going to do nothing. You're not going to attract no new business. And some people, they'll pay you. They don't care in regards to what it looks like as long as it's done. That's most people in the real world. But then again, you get a couple of people who are worried about everything and will nitpick you. And that's just something that you need to work through and figure out. I'm going to do another video about telling about scheduling and how to take care of customers that want to be bi-weekly, and about customers that are pain in the neck. I'll give you a little hint on that in regards to that. Everybody wants their lawn cut on Friday because they want the lawn to look nice for the weekend. At least that's what I learned. But unfortunately, you can't cut everybody's lawn for Friday. So I'll give you a little heads up, a little secret. I'll let you know. Anybody that you're not happy with, or like apartment houses you might cut. You want to put those customers on Monday. You want to do a heavier workload on Monday, so that way come Thursday or Friday, you got less to cut. So you might want to put an extra hour or two Monday, so that way on Friday or Thursday, you got an hour or two to get done sooner and enjoy the weekend. So anybody, like I said, that little secret I'm going to give out about scheduling, you need to schedule a rain day, which I don't know. Do I believe? Not really, because for many years I cut 6 days a week, and I'll break down and I'll let you know that if you look in a lawn cutting schedule in my area, basically I'll say there's 30 weeks. The first 10 weeks, you're pulling your hair out, trying to keep up due to the fact of the colder weather, the rain, the lawns grow like crazy. They're over fertilized. The second 10 weeks, so say week 10 to 20, you got it made. You're pretty much just showing up, making a little bit of noise, and you're just getting paid. But you're doing a little job because you want to manicure the lawn. You want to stay on top of the lawn. Unless the lawn totally goes dormant, you're going to want to show up and take care of it. And then the last 10 weeks, so say week 21 to 30, the lawns start growing a little bit quicker again. They're waking back up. They're getting ready going into fall season. And then the leaves start falling down. And once the leaves start falling down, it's a whole nother situation. Takes a little bit more time. I will explain to you on what to do with leaves, how to do with leaves with the newer equipment. What I'm showing you will work with the leaves, but you might have to cut them 2 or 3 times or bag them, which I don't recommend. But everything works in cycles. So the first 10 weeks are very hard. Second 10 weeks, easy. Last 10 weeks, get a little bit hard. But you make it as hard as you want, because I believe when I get there and do a job, it doesn't matter if the job is super easy or difficult. I just work through it. I don't complain, because complaining doesn't do nothing. It just makes the job get longer and dragged out. So I just get in, do what I got to do, and move on to the next job. And as long as I'm happy with the job and satisfied, it doesn't matter if the homeowner should complain. I know I did a good job, and I'm not going to worry about their complaints. So those 2 mowers I showed you are very good mowers. This little leaf blower for $100 is something to start with. Back in the day, I used to use a blower that you pushed around. It was called Billy Goat or a Little Wonder. They make them with lawnmower engines on them. They did an excellent job. They were super heavy, though. And when you were pushing them on the lawn for like after 20 minutes or half an hour, you were exhausted. So the backpacks nowadays are the way to go. I'm going to jump on and show you what I'm thinking about here. This weed whacker I'm going to show you right here, I was talking about before. This is probably the best in my opinion. Now, some people, they like Echo. Some people like Steel. Some people like Husqvarna. Whatever's available in your area, go with that. But they're all about the same in regards to this particular model by Steel. It's about $220, $230 new. Or should say by Echo, $225. It's about $200, $240. I have not looked at no prices this year. I'm not sure how high the prices are going to be. But this particular unit right here for $135, he said he used it less than a year. I still got these trimmers, this exact particular model right here that I've had 4 or 5 years. Did basically nothing to them except replace the little primary bulb once in a while, because the ethanol gas eats away with rubber hoses, and they still work as good as the day I had them back 4 or 5 years ago. So if you were to buy this new one for, say, $250 and you used it for, 3 years, what's 3? That's 80. It's like $90 a year. So that's basically a little more than $10 a month for a weed whacker that's always going to start, do a good job. I could talk about also the different kind of trimmer strings on here, what trimmer string I recommend for edging sidewalks that lasts a little bit longer. But this right here, this particular unit is an excellent unit. And like I said, if you use steel, research steel or Husqvarna, research them. I had Husqvarnas in the past, but they're not too popular around here. This is the top of the line one in our area that everybody's selling. And we'll talk about trailers for a second. See what we got on the trailer section. So right here is this little trailer guy. I'm just picking stuff out that looks reasonable. The sky's the limit. You can spend as much money as you want, but you absolutely don't have to spend all that money to get in the game. There's tons of people on YouTube that got their trucks lettered out. They look beautiful. Their trailer, enclosed trailers lettered out, looks beautiful, but they probably got $75,000 in the truck, add a plow blade in it, $85,000, put a trailer on it, wrap that trailer. They're probably at $120,000. Well, they really got to hustle to make the $120,000 back. So I'm just showing you guys the basics on how to get into it. So this little trailer right here is a 2021. Now to give you some references, back in the day, I bought a trailer made by Big Tex from 1995. It was a 6x12, and believe it or not, I still got that trailer. I don't use it, but I still have it on my property. That trailer was made with some seriously heavy-duty angle iron, and it just lasts. So the current trailer I use is made by Hurricane. I'm not sure who Hurricane is. It's a Southern manufacturer. It's a 2014. It's a smaller trailer. I bought it. This is going to be this is going to be the 5th season with it. I paid about $700 from it from a used place that sells RV trailers and also trailers. So I overpaid a little bit for it, but not a lot. But I've had it for 5 years now. And the only thing I did to it in 5 years, besides was grease the bearings. It's got a quick grease bearing on it. I changed the tail lights to LED lights just to look more modern and hip. So in 5 years, I haven't even put air in the tires. So that's pretty crazy. That's pretty good. So if you were to pick up this trailer right here for $1,200, and if you showed up with $1,000 cash and showed it to them, I'm pretty sure you're taking this thing home. It looks pretty nice. It's a 6x8. It says it's a little bit small, but I'm not sure what you're going to pull it with. You could pull this thing with a minivan or even a small car, depending if you got a hitch on it. But for $1,200, that's the way to go. And it's a 2021. And I bet you if you just grease those axles, I bet you get easily 5 to 10 years out of here. So that's really nothing for $1,200. So the purpose of my video today was just to show you that there's a lot of value out there on Marketplace, but there's also a lot of junk out there on Marketplace. So if you're researching it, that's things I would look at. Make sure if you're going to buy a mower, try to buy the newest mower you can year-wise. Try to buy a popular name. On top of that popular name, try to buy one that either has a Kawasaki or a Kohler motor on it for everyday use. Those are the way to go. If you're in a pinch and you bought something with a Biggs and Stratton, looks rugged, simple, and a good job. Oh, yes, most definitely, Frank. I mean, we're not looking to win no awards for the prettiest landscaper. We just want to get to the house. We want to get the job done, get paid, and move on to the next house. So, I mean, some people want to brag by the equipment that they got, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you got as long as you get the job done and you get paid. But it's a nice little trailer. I don't know who manufactures it, but for that price, you can't go wrong. I'm thinking this season of upgrading to an aluminum trailer just because it's lighter. Do I need it? No. Do I have to have it? No. Do I want it? Not really, but you know what? You always got to keep investing in your equipment a little bit here and there. And, it'd be a little bit lighter for me to pick up now that I'm getting older. It'd be a little bit lighter tongue weight wise, rolling it around for myself. But do I need it? Absolutely not. So the whole purpose of this video that I'm trying to make was just trying to show guys that, you could go out there, spend $2,500 or less, and pay that off in possibly 5 to 6 weeks, your $2,500 investment, and make some money and take it to the next level. Because in this business of mine that I've been in since 1993, you can make as much money as you want or as little money as you want. So, but like I said, you got to do a good job. Make sure it looks good when you leave, and you'll be golden. If it looks crappy, spend an extra couple minutes on the job, make it look nice. Even if you lose a couple times spending on making it look nice, in the future, just tell the customer that, say, hey, for whatever reasons, I had to spend a couple extra dollars here. I'm going to have to give you a surcharge of, 10 or 20 bucks possibly. They're not going to be happy, but if they're happy with the way the lawn looks or your trimming of the bushes and mulch job, they should understand. And if they don't understand, well, there's plenty of work out there. You just got to keep your head up high and keep moving on, and do what you say you're going to do. So I'm trying to think. I made a video about advertising, about this Facebook thing. The next thing I'm going to make a video on won't be tonight, but I'll make one tomorrow. I'm going to try to get a lot more videos on. I'm going to try to grow my channel. I'm going to try making a video. I'm going to talk about pricing. Now, pricing is a funny thing. Back in the day, nobody talked about pricing. But the way I look at it now is if you pull up, and ask me what I'm charging, I'll tell you, because you know what? If I'm charging $25 to cut a grass or $28 to cut the lawn for the week, if you pull up and say, what are you charging? I'll let you know. And hopefully you'll return and say, I'm getting $32 or $34 to cut the same thing. And then I'm going to say, hey, thanks. You're right. I'm going to raise my price to $30 next year or $31. So, there is no secrets out there. There's nothing to hide. We're all doing the same thing. We're all just trying to accomplish the same thing. We want to get paid. We want to make people happy. We want to live comfortably, pay our bills. I've been doing it for many years. I got some crazy ideas. Back in my day, I undercharged a lot because I always wanted to get the job. I didn't want to hear people say no. And so for you guys that are still hanging in, thank you for watching the video. It's been fun. I'm going to show you the most important thing. And if you guys been watching the video on the last one, paying attention, congratulations. If you guys got any questions for me, ask me. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I'll do a live stream. I got all the time in the world, but this right here is such a bargain. And this right here makes or breaks you. Yes, it's a Craftsman. And back in the day, I used to buy rakes from Craftsman, Sears, Robox. I'm not sure if you guys got Sears around you anymore. I pretty much don't. But you would use these rakes. There would be nothing left to them, teeth-wise on. You take them back to the store and get a brand new rake. So that was awesome back in the day. But like I said, I'm not sure. But this right here is only $10. I'm not sure where they are. They're somewhere in Ohio. So they might be by our friend Clay's house. Maybe you could buy a couple. So for $10, that's even cheaper than what I paid 20 years ago for the same rake by Sears. But that rake right there will make or break you. Because you know what? If you walk out, look at the lawn when you're finishing up. If you say, man, it looks good. Or if it looks bad, go to your truck, grab that rake. I'm not saying rake the whole yard, but, rake the front maybe for 5-6 minutes. Trying to make it look good. I'll learn you guys how to blow grass and hide the grass. But that rake right there will make or break you. And I'll do a video also about trimming and edging of sidewalks because believe it or not, I've been cutting since 1993, and I'm the person since 1993 that does all the trimming and edging of the sidewalks, because that either makes or breaks you in regards to cutting grass. I know many companies, when you start out, the first thing they hand you is a weed whacker, and they change your name to Willie Weed Whacker, and you do a half-assed job. Not that it's your fault, but what you don't know, but that's how you're going to graduate. You're going to start at the bottom and work your way up, when realistically, they should hand you the blower until you start blowing the grass off the sidewalks right away, or get you on a smaller mower. And then once you get those two things accomplished, give you the weed whacking job, because the weed whacking job, it actually makes or breaks you. So this rake right here is going to make the job look fantastic. And I believe, if you guys are still listening, I believe that give the customer just a little bit more, not much more than what they're expecting, and they're going to be happy, and they're going to tell you, great job, and also refer you to people and be happy. So, like I said, this is a pretty fun series I'm going to try to make to learn you guys how to get started in this. I'll answer any questions. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Tomorrow, in the down section, leave me a comment. Hit the like button if you can. Thank you. Tomorrow, it was such a beautiful day up here. It depends on the weather. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about pricing or scheduling. Those are two huge topic things to talk about. I recommend, guys, I'm not sure, where you live, but it might be grass cutting season, or might be getting close. In my area, I probably got another 5 weeks before we actually start. We could talk about lawn rolling. We could talk about cleanups. We could talk about mulch jobs. Like I said, I'll learn you guys, give you the best that I could give you and all the knowledge that I learned. I want to say thank you for watching the video. Thank you to Frank for jumping in here. And it's been fun. Please like the channel, hit the subscription button. Tell your friends. If you guys got any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to make you guys into lawn care millionaires. Thank you so much. Have a nice night.